Okay, so I know I uploaded some ACC racing earlier this week, but we are back to our regularly scheduled programming, which is F1 on this channel. And today I'm going to do a last to first challenge in ranked mode at Suzuka. And this was unintentional. I did not try to go last to first, but if you've ever played ranked in F1 2021, you know that, well, I don't know if everyone experiences this actually. I've been all over the forums and can't really, some people seem to talk about it, but anyway, and some don't. But anyway, the point is, it's really difficult to find a lobby correctly in this game. A lot of times what happens is you'll get put into a lobby. First of all, you'll get put into a lobby that is already going on. But if you think about other games, a lot of times you'll get put into a lobby that's already going on, and then you will, in the next game, you'll be able to start from the beginning. But what seems to happen in F1 2021 a lot of the times is as you go from match to match, even in the same lobby, you'll get kicked out. So you have to try to rejoin a lobby, and if you don't get put in the same one, there's every possibility that you get put into a race that is already going on or qualifying that's already going on. So that was the case here. I'd actually done a race before this and then got put into a new lobby and didn't get to do qualifying, so I started from the back. So I started P9. I'm already up to P6. I liked that pass that I just did. Time in rules didn't try to knock me off the track or anything, which was really nice. So finishing the first lap on P6, and we certainly still got some ground to make up, but as is my bread and butter, I'm sort of just trying to be as consistent as possible and just get after it. And here we have two more guys off the track, and there's some weird ghosting stuff because they reset to track, which I think is ridiculous. And I am all over the place at the beginning of this second lap. I don't know what came over me, but I think I kind of got freaked out by the car resetting to track inside of my car, and it sort of just messed with me a little bit. But the takeaway is that I'm P4 after all of that. I managed to survive the ghosts, and I'm still continuing to get after it. So this is a track that I do actually like quite a bit. I like Suzuka a lot. I don't think that a lot of people do. I kind of appreciate how technical it is. I appreciate the turns, and I appreciate that the turns are relatively high speed, with the exception of that hairpin, which certainly is not high speed. I personally find that I do better on tracks with higher speed turns. So, for instance, Bahrain is a track that has pretty high speed turns, I would say, with the exception of that one. It's not exactly a hairpin, but it's close to a hairpin. On the flip side, you have tracks like Imola. Imola, I feel like, has a lot of low speed turns, I think. And I don't really like it a lot. But this is a track that has a lot of high speed turns with the exception of the hairpin. And I like that a lot. And I generally find that I can do pretty well on this first sector here, whereas a lot of people spin out, which you've seen in this race. You've seen a couple of people spin out at that area. So this, for me, I knew that if I'm going to start at the back at a track, this is probably one of the tracks to do it, because it's so easy for guys to go off track here and mess up their races, which I feel bad for them. But from my standpoint, it's obviously a big plus, and I hope to benefit from it and profit from it. On the flip side, I don't think that I'm as fast as some of these guys. You see another guy reset to track. I think it's ridiculous that that's allowed in ranked mode, but that is a separate discussion, and I have no bearing whatsoever on whether that is allowed. I don't think that you should be allowed to reset to track in ranked mode. I also think that, just incidentally, as someone who does a league in F1, I think that you should be able to ban the reset to track maneuver in game. So check this out. I'm glad that he tucked behind me there, because I really thought I thought Cricket Dude was gonna go for it. And then he does end up going for it there. I thought that was a really dumb passing attempt, personally. I kind of closed the door on him, and I would say that I feel a little bit bad. I would say that if that were a league race, I don't think that I would have closed the door on him like that, because it's it's almost like, oh, and there I am up to P2. Let's go, baby. In league racing, I think you're racing with the same guys week after week, and we have very specific rules about you have to leave room in the track, you have to do certain things, and there are repercussions for that. But that being said, I don't think that was a smart passing attempt by him. I think it was a dive bomb in an ill-advised place, and my take was kind of, I'm not just going to give it to him because he's dumb enough to go for it. So I closed the door, and you saw what happened. There, we banged wheels there for a second. I feel like I probably could have left him a little more room there. I did try to leave him as much room as I could, but just going into that sort of gentle right-hand turn, it's just the angle's really weird, and I would have had to slow down and go to the left side of the track, and I didn't feel comfortable doing that at that point, so I didn't do it. So there are a couple moments in this race. Overall, I think it was really consistent. I think it was really good, but there are a couple moments in this race when I closed the door on the guy last lap right here at this turn, and then a couple turns ago with this Jack 16 hockey fellow, where there's some contacts. It could go either way. Was it my fault? Was it the other guy's fault? I don't know. It's hard to say. But at the end of the day, I didn't get penalized for either one. No matter what might have happened in a league race, whether the stewards would have disagreed or agreed with me. And I feel bad if I make a move that I think is really unsporting, if you will, but I don't think that either one of those moves was unsporting, so I don't feel that bad about them. I did a couple other races this evening when I got this footage, and there was actually one that I felt really bad about. You're never going to see it because the race didn't go well, but it's one of those where I almost considered messaging the guy on PSN and being like, hey dude, sorry, I completely messed that one up, but I didn't, so sorry man, if you watch the vids, sorry about that. You see Jack 16 hockey there absolutely bends it. I don't know what happened there, but he gifted me P2 if I can keep it away from Emilio. I don't know what happened. I didn't really see it, but there was a lot of debris on the track. He certainly got a DNF very quickly. I wonder if maybe he just hit a curb and just spun like a top or something. Emilio kind of went for it. He lost a lot of time there just from his angle. I was worried that he was going to dive bomb right there at that turn, at that corner, but he did not do it. Which was probably smart, but it was probably his only chance to get the win. So I personally am glad that he didn't do it. But, it's a good race, I think, by me. It's a P2. You'll see right here, it's a driver of the day. So it's a good race. That's what I'm trying to do every time I'm in ranked outside of win. I'm trying to get podiums and do the best I can. So I was happy with that. Hopefully more to come. League races, ranked. We'll see you later.